Happy New Year! Today we're going to discuss the two garage floorings that I have picked. They're basically the grilled shaped or grilled style flooring. They're plastic tiling which you lay over your garage floor, and there are two major companies who do it. So the market leaders in this kind of flooring are RaceDeck and Swisstrax. So let's find out which one I pick for my garage. So without any further ado, let's dive straight into it. Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Jimmy and you're watching Jimmy Rules. So as I mentioned, we're going to check out the two giants in this industry of plastic garage flooring, that is Swisstrax and RaceDeck. Now, we do have samples from both the companies. This is RaceDeck and this is Swisstrax. Both of them, after doing research, were very close. You might see that this is a little smaller, but RaceDeck does make bigger size tiles, which are as thick as this one and bigger than this size tile. So we have Swisstrax over here and RaceDeck website over here. So I was trying to figure out which one is better. I had to pick one, obviously I cannot have both in my garage. So first I wanted a bigger size tile because it means that there are less tiles that I have to cut. In terms of how much I have to cut in measurement, it's the same, but how many tiles do I have to cut would reduce if the tile was bigger. Now the biggest tile that Swisstrax made was 15.75 times 15.75. Whereas RaceDeck made two different sizes. So let's look at the biggest one they make, and that was 18 by 18. RaceDeck had the upper hand on this one. Swisstrax was 3/4 of an inch thick, and the biggest tile from RaceDeck was also 3/4 of an inch. Both of them had big tiles, both of them were thick enough. RaceDeck was slightly bigger, so I gave them 1 point. There was a draw in terms of thickness. So then, what was the other way I could figure out which one I want? I checked out pricing on both of them. Now RaceDeck, I couldn't see their pricing on their website, so I checked on other websites that sell RaceDeck. I even know them, and I checked the pricing of Swisstrax. Now, to begin with, retail pricing, RaceDeck versus Swisstrax. Swisstrax was more expensive, but they were on sale. So the price difference between RaceDeck and Swisstrax per square foot, because the size of the tiles are different, so we're measuring per square foot. So if we measured per square foot, then there was only a 50-cent difference. To some that might be a lot, comparing how expensive the tiles were per square foot. 50 cents was not going to be a decider on which one was better. So just to keep it into perspective, and it's under sale at the moment, so it is subject to change. But at the moment, RaceDeck was $3.96 per square foot, whereas Swisstrax was $3.49 per square foot. So roughly about $0.50 per square foot difference. So then we thought we'll decide on how much weight bearing capacity both the tiles have. Swisstrax claimed it could take 75,000 pounds rolling weight, whereas RaceDeck said it would take 80,000 pounds of rolling weight. Now bearing in mind that RaceDeck is a little bigger, so it's almost the same in terms of how much weight capacity they can bear. So this was getting a little bit confusing. Now if we wanted to give RaceDeck 1 more point for the slightly better capacity, let's do that. Now at this point, I emailed both of the companies Friday night, and bearing in mind that Saturday, Sunday they're closed, the first thing I got was a phone call from Swisstrax. So I talked to the guy, he cleared up some of the questions that I had, saying the grill shape, what if I spill something, this, that, and the other, the general questions that everyone has. So I asked him that, he gave me solutions, and he told me how to deal with it and why it would work. I'll get to that later, but I got samples from both the companies. Now, this is Swisstrax, this is RaceDeck. They'll explain. RaceDeck calls it free flow, whereas Swisstrax calls it rib tracks. It's just different names, company specific. Now they do make a bigger size tile, RaceDeck as I mentioned, which is 18 by 18, which is slightly bigger than this one. Now if I look at them, The RaceDeck tile looks shiny. Swisstrax has a matte finish. So if I look at it closely, the injection molding that is done on both the tiles. So here we have 4-point injection on Swisstrax, and there is a little bit of a marking at the 4 points. Whereas on RaceDeck, there is no such marking, and that's because the injection molding is done from behind from one single point. Now, I would prefer the 4-point one, which gives Swisstrax 1 point. But then, at the same time, the fact that it's all hidden on the RaceDeck gives RaceDeck 1 point. Now, if we look at the interlocking mechanism, I like the way the Swisstrax mechanism feels. It's smaller, it's compact, and it does not come out as much as the RaceDeck one, which I prefer. So I like Swisstrax. It doesn't matter once you put it. I'm just being super analytical for no reason. I mean, I don't think that makes much of a difference. But since I had to choose one and they were pretty neck and neck, I was looking at everything with a fine-tooth comb. Now if I just look at them on what looks better, then the Swisstrax definitely looks richer and more expensive and pleasing to the eye, because the matte finish avoids any kind of optical illusion, whereas this, if they were put all together, I have seen them at various places, and if you stare at them, it kind of gives you this weird optical illusion feel. If you're sitting in the garage for a long time, it's kind of distracting. But even if you forget that, just the quality, if I touch this and touch this Swisstrax tile feels way rich and expensive. It just feels a lot better, and you have to like look at it and touch it to understand what I'm trying to say. And because it's matte, I believe that this would have a little bit more grip than the shiny finish. Moreover, if I move my hand on this, these lines feel all in level. Whereas if I move my hand on this, where the lines intersect, I feel it going a little uneven. And that's probably because of the single point injection molding that RaceDeck does. So extra point for Swisstrax. So come to the story that was the final decider factor for how I picked my tile. As I mentioned, I emailed both the companies on Friday night. Saturday, Sunday, they were closed. I wasn't expecting anything from them. Monday morning, I got a call from Swisstrax saying, how can we help you? What are the questions you have? And I explained my concerns, and they addressed all of them. They helped me pick the RaceDeck tiles as opposed to the flat tiles that they have, which they call diamond tracks, and they explained why diamond tracks were not for me and the rib tracks were a better option. But again, they were not pushy. They let me decide what I think is better, and they said that the flat ones, it requires more maintenance. You gotta keep cleaning them, otherwise you will see a lot of dust. It is more suited for like maybe a place where there is snow. In California we don't have snow, so I didn't need that. It was just more maintenance. Moreover, it was also something where if I walked on it, it would make more noise, it would be more echoey, and rib cracks would not be. Rib cracks would stay clean, dust would fall through, they would keep looking clean. I would not have to clean them as many times as I would have to clean the diamond cracks. I understood that, it made sense, whereas if the snow and muck filled up in rib cracks, then it was going to be hard to clean, it was more hassle to clean. So I understand that this weather is better suited. Then I asked them the question about, what if I'm changing oil and if I spill something? And they said, just pop one tile out, clean it up, put it back. But if I'm washing something, because there's air that flows through them, it would not be a problem. Whereas the diamond cracks, it might be a problem with water being underneath. I mean, they have channels to let the water flow out, because our garages would be like a little incline, so the water would flow out, and they have channels, both RaceDeck and Swisstrax have. But the main thing was, RaceDeck never got back to me. They never never replied to the email. They never called me. What I received was a sample via mail, and I never asked for the sample. I just had a few questions which I wrote in my email. Did not get any email or call from RaceDeck. And that was a huge thing, service. I'm buying this, it has warranty and everything. Both the companies give a phenomenal warranty. And if before they make the sale, they were not able to make an impression in terms of the sales or service they were providing, then I could only imagine what it would be like later. So Swisstrax, on the other hand, helped me address my concerns. Amazing guy, my salesperson who helped me, and I will put his info in the description below. So just say I sent you, or I put a reference number in there as well. He will take really good care of you. It was unbelievable and amazing how smooth that process was and how helpful he was. So let's talk about warranty now. I went to Swisstrax website. It said 15 years / unlimited lifetime warranty, whereas RaceDeck said 15-year warranty. Now, pretty similar. I don't know what lifetime warranty is or what they mean, but that's pretty similar. But what it came down was service. So when you email a company and the company does not even bother to reply to your email or even call you, you can just imagine how interested they are in the sale. For me, Swisstrax came through. I chose the better looking tile, Swisstrax. I chose the company that gave me better service. I chose a little smaller than the biggest tile. But I think the final nail that sealed the deal was their service. So I would highly recommend. I'm not saying that RaceDeck would give that kind of service or no service to everyone. It could have been that they were busy. It was Christmas period, holiday time. I'm not saying that they would give you that service. I mean, with holiday time, could give them benefit of the doubt. But for me, it was Swisstrax, and they earned me placing my order. Moreover, Adam LZ has Swisstrax. Obsessed Garage recommends and swears by Swisstrax full flooring. Every channel on YouTube that I've seen, majority of them, like 90% of them, get Swisstrax. Looking at the quality and everything, I think I'll go with Swisstrax. Here's the cool part. I've already installed my flooring, but I've not showed it to you. The installation video on my flooring comes out next week. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. If you like this video, please press the like button. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. See you later. Ciao.